What's up, everyone? Welcome to Ease Your Mind, the Mindset Podcast, proudly brought to you by Sailor Consulting. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe or follow the podcast so you never miss an episode. And if any of the episodes you have listened to has brought any value to your life, please share this on social media so you can help be the change in someone else's life. I'm your host and coach, Ra'is van der Schyff, with you every Monday and Thursday to bring you short, no-nonsense wisdom on how you can develop the best mindset to being the best version of yourself. By becoming the best version of yourself, you will fast track through your journey to happiness and success. Also, real quick before we start today's episode, are you struggling to achieve your goals, or have you set a goal or New Year's resolution and you've just not achieved it or even begun to take the steps to achieving it? Well, I have a free ebook for you. It's called Ease Your Mind, the shortcut to living your best life, which is a step-by-step guide to achieving your success, which you can download just like hundreds of other people have done before you. Just go to sailor.co.za/ease your mind to download your free version of the Ease Your Mind book. That's salar.co.za/ease your mind and download your free copy today. All right, let's dive into today's episode. How many times have you heard communication is key? Now, I'm sure you've heard it a lot, and you've heard it a lot because it's true. Communication is the key that unlocks the door to a happy and successful marriage or relationship. Without proper communication, it is borderline impossible to have a healthy relationship. A relationship can't be successful if we don't learn how to talk to each other and how to actively listen to one another. Without either one of these aspects in your relationship, there can be no positive outcome. The number one reason relationships probably fail is because of poor or a lack of communication. Because of communication issues, couples tend to completely ignore the aspect of sitting down and communicating effectively on how to deal with the issues in a relationship. And this is why marriages and relationships fail. And also, why people are unhappy in their relationships. It is all down to communication. So today I'm going to give you 5 lessons that have helped me communicate effectively in my relationship to ensure that I have a happy and successful marriage. Lesson number 1. This for me is absolutely important. It is why I listed at number 1. It is listen to understand and not to retaliate. This is important because every step that follows this one will link directly to this one. When your partner is speaking, you need to be fully aware of what he or she is saying to you. We tend to hear the other person speak, but all we're actually doing is we are waiting to respond, to hit back at what is being said. Defending yourself or dismissing what your partner is saying is not going to win back the happiness. A partnership is a partnership in every aspect of the word. Your argument is not stronger or more important than theirs. When you have something to say, do you not want your partner to listen to your point? When someone is speaking to you, the goal is to try and understand what they are saying to you. If you are in a foreign country and you need directions to a place and the native tongue is not your first language, if you ask a local and they try to explain how you can get to your desired destination, then you will listen intently to try and understand exactly where to go. Now, in a relationship, your partner may be saying things that would seem foreign to you, and in your head it won't make sense, but you need to understand that your relationship needs to get to that destination called happiness, and you need to listen so that you can understand what it is that they are trying to say or what it is that they are feeling. Now, if you are in this foreign country and you don't understand what the local person is saying, are you going to get angry and attack them because you don't understand? No, you are going to try and get more clarity. And it is exactly the same in a relationship. If your partner says something that you don't quite get or you don't quite understand or you think is wrong, don't attack them. Be aware of where you want the relationship to go and ask for clarity. What do you mean by that? Ask questions like that so that you can dig deeper, so that you can have a clearer understanding of how they're feeling and what they are trying to communicate. A good practice is to repeat what they have said and then ask, Is that what you are trying to say? And then from there, you can create even more clarity to the situation and focus on the resolution. And when it's your turn to talk, you will then have the solution or the answer that will lead to resolving the problem. So listen to understand and not to retaliate. The second important aspect of healthy communication is being open and honest. Now, let's touch on honesty. How do you expect things to progress for the better if you do not honestly speak about what is on your mind? I've seen it so many times where someone in a relationship is too scared to say what they really feel, or maybe ashamed to say what is really on their mind to the person that they are in a romantic relationship with. How does that work? How can you compromise your happiness by holding back what you truly feel? Now, here's the thing. If you are scared of how they will react to what you have to say, then you need to make sure that you are in full control of the communication. People are going to get angry and upset. People are going to get hurt. But as long as you are honest and you say what you need to say, you relieve yourself of that burden that you are holding on to. And from there, even if it does lead to some sort of a fight, you then can go back to lesson number one. Listen to understand what they are feeling, and then only when you understand do you respond. It is so much better for someone to deal with the hurt of the truth than to dwell in the anger of the lie. It takes just one lie to ruin a relationship. Even hiding the truth is enough to create anger and confusion in a relationship. Now, if you have the right intentions in your relationship, you will immediately know that your relationship will outlast the cockroaches. So don't destroy your intentions by lying or hiding the truth. Transparency and honesty is the pathway to a happy, loving, and successful relationship. Also, your partner will eventually catch on. They may not know what the lie or the half truth is, but they will pick it up. And what will that create? Two people that are anxious and insecure in their relationship. All those cheesy cliches, two become one and our souls merge. It is all true on some level. So don't create the anxiety and insecurity in your relationship. Always be open and honest. Another aspect to being open and honest is to not let things fester and build up. When there's an issue or something bothers you, be open enough to discuss it immediately. Don't let it become a beast in the cage that is just going to cause havoc when it's eventually released. Spot it, address it, communicate, and fix. Number three, disagree, do not dismiss. Imagine you pour your heart out to the person you love, trying to make them understand what the problem or issue is, and you get to say what you have to say, and they immediately dismiss you or shut you down, saying that you're talking nonsense. How would you feel about that? It's unbelievably disrespectful. So, if you dismiss your partner's feelings because you think that they are wrong, they are just going to get defensive and angry, and it could lead to an ugly and unnecessary fight. If you want to disagree, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But do not shut down someone's feelings or what they have to say. Rather, respond with something like, I understand that you feel upset or angry about that because that is how you saw things. But what my real intention was is this. You acknowledge their perception of the situation and you give your side of the story. This shows you are not dismissing what they say. And again, if you listen to understand, you will already have a deeper understanding of why they feel that way. Acknowledging what they say and what they feel does not automatically mean you agree with what they're saying, but it allows you the opportunity to explain what you see and what your view is, and that way you can direct the conversation towards a better and a happier solution. The fourth lesson in healthy communication in a relationship is to stop making the conversation all about you. You have to include the other person in the relationship in your conversations. If you keep bitching and moaning and talking about how things are happening to you or how things are making you feel, your partner is going to start feeling like there's no space in your life for them. Look, don't get me wrong, there are definitely times where we need to vent. But think about when someone has vented to you and they just keep going on and on and on. It's highly likely you tune out because you are tired of hearing the same crap about how things are affecting them. And you end up with a situation where you might start saying, what about how this affects me? Do you not care how I feel? So, this is why you need to make sure that in the relationship, in the communication, you are including your significant other. You are making it about the relationship that you care about and not yourself that you only care about. Let me say that again. By including your partner in the conversation, you are making it about the relationship that you care about rather than yourself that you only care about. Because that is what your partner will be thinking. Another thing, if you have a partner that says nothing, keeps quiet when you are venting or letting your frustrations out, chances are that they've built that habit of shutting you out because all you are doing is focusing on how things affect you and not how they affect themselves and the relationship. So make sure you include them. Ask them their opinion. Open up the door to let them say how they feel. And together you can communicate and work on an amazing resolution. So if there is something that is leading you away from a happy relationship and your partner is the cause, speak about it. Say how it makes you feel. But my advice is to add on one more thing. Ask them if there's anything they want to talk about that will guide you both to a happier and more successful relationship. And then last but not least, number 5, take a loving and positive approach when expressing yourself. Now, the key aspect that you need to remember here is that at times it is not what you say, it is how you say it. When we are angry or upset or even just frustrated, we can forget to be mindful of the way we get a message across. And you need to understand that it's not always what you said that has caused the problem, but simply how you've said it. So you need the right level of maturity to approach the conversation in a positive, loving, and respectful manner. Even if you are responding to your partner's anger or frustration, you need to make sure that your approach is loving and positive, because a loving and positive approach will almost always equal a loving and positive outcome. So if you say they always react in this way and that way, how sure are you that you have been going at them in a positive way? Or do you just anticipate their negativity so you go in with negativity? This is why, if you are grown up enough to have the specific conversation with them, then you must be grown up enough to understand that the outcome of the communication is almost always going to equal the approach. So make sure that you are mindful of how you approach the conversation. Be mindful of your mood and your attitude. Be mindful of the words you use and how you use them. So, quick recap, the 5 lessons are: number 1, listen to understand and not to retaliate. Number 2, always be open and honest, and this includes dealing with the issues while they are fresh. Number 3, disagree but do not dismiss. Number 4, don't make the conversation all about you. It takes 2 to tango. And number 5, take a loving and positive approach when expressing yourself. And that's it from me today. These are the Ease Your Mind 5 steps to effective communication in a romantic relationship. A loving, happy, and peaceful romantic relationship is one of the aspects that you need to have to live your best life, and communication is the key to unlocking that door. If this episode has brought any value to you, please share it with those you love, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. If you feel that there is something still holding you back from living your best life and you really want to get busy living your best life, then contact me for a special one-on-one session where we can uncover your destiny and get you on your way to living your best life. Our first session will be absolutely free, and I'll even help you set your goals the right way. Anyway, thanks a million for listening. I appreciate you, and as always, take it easy.